Alright, hello. Long time no see. I was pretty sick. I got food poisoning. I'm sorry. I'm still recovering, but it's not pretty, okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Just, addressing why I haven't been uploading and streaming. In general, though, I think I owe you a Banshee video, don't I? Because I did take this level cap, right? And I did take this level cap without abusing Vazarin in order to survive with the protective sling. So this was done with Madurai instead. I'm a Madurai player. I love Madurai in general, so I try to use it most of the time. And obviously, for me at least, obviously, if a Warframe is not good enough at keeping itself alive without Vazarin, it simply has bad survivability. That is my opinion. You can disagree with it, but that's how I think about it. And so Banshee, when I made the video with Morning, the previous one, if you haven't seen it by the way, where we played Gary Banshee, um, we did a few runs. I was dying a lot though because this Warframe is extremely squishy even for base steel path. So in order to survive, you need some kind of assistance. Definitely. So I will show you the Banshee build as I did for that video. It was this one. This is the one I took into level cap. And you're gonna notice a few things straight away. First of all, rolling guard and double shield recharge modes. These were essential. This helped quite a bit. And then Resonator to disable enemy AI and charm everyone that wasn't an Eximus unit pretty much. So far, all good. But even this, because we were talking about level cap, these were still not enough for Banshee to survive to level cap without Vazarin. You still needed some consistent way to keep regenerating your base shield through the shield recharge modes and keep that shield gate timer alive. Now, I did take this without any blue Archon shards. One blue Archon shard for shield would be absolutely amazing here. But the biggest and the most important thing for this build to survive was my companion. This thing. The Sly Vulpaphyla. So a lot of people don't know about the Sly Vulpaphyla. It was always the one pet that was used to survive as much as possible. It would give you dodge chance back in the day, around 50%, or 50% conditionally, and it was genuinely really good, especially if you were someone that didn't really use guns but only abilities. Someone like Zaku, for example, could use this and get insane dodge chance and never die really, which he already does. It just threw it a bit over the top. But now, after the companion rework, where we added the claws and everything, the slight of Papaya got a slight difference. So the survival instinct mode, which used to give you dodge chance or bullet jump, now it says that enemies lose sight of you for 1.5 seconds with a 5-second cooldown. Now you would think of this, oh, like this is a mini wisp passive. That sounds OP. Yes, but actually, no. It's even better because this is not invisibility. This simply reverts the enemy AI to have knowledge of where you are. It's like they never saw you in the first place. So, when you play a character that can turn invisible, if the enemies can see you and you turn invisible, they're still gonna shoot at the direction where you turned invisible, which sometimes can kill you. With this mode, enemies simply stop shooting completely and start searching for you again. And because Banshee has silence innately, and of course you can do this with any other Warframe that has silence, when you bullet jump behind the target that was shooting you, they have no idea where you are and what you did. And the best part about this is that because of silence and this thing, you can keep shooting the enemies while you're in the state of survival instinct, and they will not be aware of your position. If you're unaware, when an enemy is affected by silence, unless they have direct line of sight with you, they will not react to your attacks. They need to be direct line of sight with you. Simply, if they don't see you, you can shoot them until they die and they will never see you. This is perfect with the survival instinct mode, because the survival instinct mode, if the enemy does see you and they take away your shield, by bullet jumping, you immediately make it so that you're safe for 2 seconds. And that means enemies will have to once again see you through silence. And enemies reacting to you through silence take at least a second, because silence lowers enemy perceptions. So it is a very stupid combo that, of course, I will need to show, but I'm just kind of explaining, because this is really hard to imagine and to understand how it works exactly. It's not really something that you can just realize instantly and say, oh, this is OP, because I'm sure many people will be like, oh, but I can just use another companion that can do this. Well, for Banshee herself, in order to survive those really high levels, that will not suffice. And it's easily the thing that saved me the most times in the runs, this level profile. So we're gonna go into a simple Titan mission, and you're gonna see this in action and how it works. During the run, I was on a 3-man squad. The squad had Ash, Volt, and Banshee, me. Out of all 3 of us, the one that died the least was me on the Banshee, which is kind of crazy to think about. It's also really nice that this build doesn't really have energy issues, and you're gonna see that against normal enemies, this build has basically no issues, because you do this, you throw the ball, and now enemies are dead. Their AI is gone. So the only issues you will have throughout the run is with Eximus enemies. What does that mean, essentially? Well, you're Banshee. You have Sonar, and with Resonance, you can just keep this chain effect with whatever your preferred weapon is forever. Now, I will play this just normally. You see new enemies appeared, they took down my health, but I used the Resonance again. Sometimes it can stay behind, so you will have to recast it. You don't really have energy issues with this build, so recasting it is not really a problem. But yeah, just keep that in mind. And also, you can always bullet jump if you see your health or your shield diminishing and your ball is not close, you don't have energy, anything. It can really save you. So, for base still path already, this is very chill. Because obviously on base still path there is not many Eximus enemies, we're not gonna see many, but when we do see Eximus enemies, that's when I'm gonna show you the thing. Also, by the way, on the top right, you see this is the cooldown of Survival Instinct. So when you see that icon, you keep that in mind in order to know when you can start going in. Alright, so we have an Eximus enemy. Let's throw the ball, kill this guy. Alright, now we have the Eximus enemy. Where is he? He's right here, okay? So, right now he's attacking, I don't know, something. Can you attack me? Oh, he's attacking the cat. Yeah, attack me. Thank you. Now do this, and he's lost. And now, he sees the cat again. And now he's done with the cat, but he still doesn't know where I am. Now he knows where I am, but I bullet jump, and he's lost again. And now, I have rolling guard back up. And now I have the cat thing back up. And now he's lost again. You see that? He literally doesn't know where I am. He's searching for me, this Eximus enemy. Now he finally saw me. So this is the exact power of this mod. Through this Libel Papella, paired with Silence. Silence is already a really strong ability for level cap, as it disables pretty much most of the abilities that will one-shot you at the level cap. Like, the things that are most dangerous on level cap are Nox units, because they deal the toxin damage directly. Also a good bug, that was very fun. And then enemy toxin weapons if you play Disruption, generally Blast Procs if you're on the Void Cascade. These are the stuff that can kill you the most. And you know, for blast procs and toxin damage and all that, you can easily just abuse bullet jumping around like a maniac, you know, rolling guard, and managing the cooldowns of rolling guard and the bullet jump mechanic that Slipe of a Pilot gives you to survive very easily. And I know this because when I played the level cap mission, it was on Kappa, a mission that has both Noxus and enemy toxin weapons. I died from Noxus, I think, 2 or 3 times in the run, where I went down and then I rest, but didn't actually die. But when enemy toxin weapons happened, and I was aware of it, I never died even once. And the Noxus, you can easily say, at the same time, those are a skill issue as well. So, you know, it's really fun. This is a very, very safe build compared to what you can usually take on Banshee. Which is pretty crazy to think about. And obviously, you're still Banshee, so your damage with Sonar procs is, you know, crazy. Also, there was an Eximus enemy there. He lost me, so I survived. If I didn't have Slide of Papila there, I would probably die, because my shield was down and I had no rolling guard. You see what I mean? Especially, this is base still path. When we get to higher levels and things get icky, you know, I can show you part of the vote, I guess. And I was jumping like a maniac. You can probably imagine. But it still worked pretty flawlessly, and it was really chill, honestly. And because of this... Oh, another Eximus. He doesn't see me, so... I'm shooting him, he still doesn't see me. He died. Okay. That's power of silence. So, you know, when you use Live of Aphala, it basically resets silence timer. So... It is extremely strong. It's genuinely is extremely strong. Another Eximus. So you see, go behind him. Well, he died from the Kavat when he proc up, yeah. You get the point. At this point, I think you get it. It's really, really good. And it can help a extremely squishy Warframe like Banshee to survive in those tough situations. And Banshee herself, as a support frame, is one of the best in the game. By far the best debuff ability in the game with Sonar. And one of the best debuff abilities with Silence, even though it's... Sorry, I'm still in pain a bit. Even though it's in the Subsume. Even though you can Subsume it, you know, Banshee has it on her own. She can Subsume something else, which is really useful. For example, Resonator, in my case, just disables enemy AI. And in general, this is a build that you can take on Banshee, and you can survive on those high-level squad play missions without the need of somebody else keeping you alive. Usually when you pick Banshee in a team environment, somebody would be obligated to pick Octavia, Revenant with Mesmer Shield, and anything else that can keep Banshee alive without any issues. This build and this Slive of File attack basically bypasses the need for that. And it just gives you one of the strongest debuff abilities in the entire game for your entire squad. And you may say, yeah, this is 40% strength build though. Well, 3 things. First of all, it's not 40% strength because Molt Augmented is here and I'm using Madare. Second of all, I'm not using any shards. You can use shards and you can easily take this to over 200% strength, especially if you take something like the Grimoire as a secondary. You know? And third, it doesn't really matter. Sonar can multiply with itself. And when you have Resonance, if you cast Sonar twice, it will basically start multiplying it as long as you kill 2 to 3 enemies to every other enemy. So, yeah. It is a really, really broken ability. But you know, obviously strength helps. Obviously strength can make it even more broken. But yeah, it is absolutely ridiculous. Now, There are other variations you can do for this, since resonator is not 100% needed anymore, since you have Slive of Ophala. You can go something like Orphanim Eyes. Orphanim Eyes is an absolutely goated ability on Banshee. You can say Gloom, but we don't have the strength for Gloom on this build. And with Orphanim Eyes, you can armor strip the enemies and slow them by a huge amount, extending the duration of silence, the stun from the silence being extended to its duration, and adding an armor strip to, well, enemies that are in front of you, which is great. It's really good. I took Resonance with me. I think it's, or Resonator. Sorry, I've confused them. I took Resonator with me on the level cup. I think Resonator is probably one of the most insane subsume utility subsumes in the game. And with silence, it's basically it disables the enemy AI completely. Like, if you think about it, normal units that don't have overguard get completely fucked by it, and then enemies with overguard, besides the Nox, get fucked by silence. So basically, the only issue you will have is the Nox unit, because you will need to take his overguard away. Once you do, you're fine. And obviously, if you still need another layer of protection, you can always go for something like, where is it? Secondary Fortifier. Secondary Fortifier, especially if you pair it with some weapon that deals toxin damage on the secondary slot, or something like a DOT, it will help you a lot with survival. But you don't really need it. It is honestly good on its own, this Banshee build. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this helped you, and I will see more Banshee praising soon, because this Warframe is really, really underrated and really, really insane. And I will see you on the next video.